Hello and welcome back to the Next Step Help YouTube channel, where we help young people take the next steps to achieving their dream lives. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can use your phone to help with your productivity as opposed to sabotaging it. So in this video I'm going to give you a couple of tips that you can implement to turn your phone into a productive tool for your daily life. So in order to make something productive, you need to invest your time and have a positive reward coming out from it. So you need to put time into something in order to get something out of it that's positive. So if we're using the example of a phone, maybe it's me using my phone to record a video, for me to then post on a social media platform in order to grow an audience for my business, something like that. As opposed to spending hours scrolling on my phone where I'm just wasting time. I've not got any positive rewards after it, as I've just spent hours on TikTok watching funny cat videos. So how can we do this? Ideally, we want you to use your phone as little as possible and for you to actually invest your time in the things that are going to give you the positive reward you want. So the first thing we need to do is create a definition for what our productivity is going to be. So why are you using your phone? Or why do you want to use your phone? What is the ideal scenario where you use your phone? Maybe it's to provide leverage on something, so it's filming a video to then post on your social media to grow your business. It's not to look at funny cat videos on TikTok. So we want to define this. I'd recommend honestly writing this out on a piece of paper so you can come back to it often and reevaluate where your phone is actually at to providing you this goal. From here, we want to delete all the apps that aren't going to serve us. So get rid of all of the games on your phone, all of your, funky social medias that don't actually provide any value to you. And if you're saying value isn't, I use it to chat to my mates, you can chat to your mates other ways. You don't have to use these social medias, which, one aspect is chatting to your mates, the other aspect is looking at cat videos. If you actually use these to just chat for your mates, then that's fine. But I doubt many of you actually do. For me, I certainly don't, and that's why I've had to get rid of most of my social media. If you're worried about how you're going to connect with some of these friends, then actually use your phone as it was meant to do, to phone people. Give them a text, get their number, actually go and get the real person's number, and then call them. Use FaceTime, something like that you can actually have a chat face to face, as opposed to spamming random messages and rubbish videos to them about, this is how big Thanos' fingers were, blah, blah, blah. Something along those lines, which isn't helpful to anyone. I want you to be ruthless when doing this. There's no use for excuses in this. If you listen to those excuses, you're never actually going to get what you want out of life. You have to stop listening to them. Make your sacrifice. Pick your damn sacrifice, as Jordan Peterson says. Get rid of those social medias. Get rid of the things that you spend hours wasting your time on that might seem, nice and fun as a comfort thing, and do the hard thing. Get rid of them so we can begin. Now that we've gotten rid of all those useless apps on your phone, here are some other things that can help decrease the amount of time that you do spend on your phone, because there's still some things. So the first thing what we want is to turn off all of your notifications. You shouldn't have a single notification from your phone. You don't want to be working on your computer, reading something and have a bring from your phone on the other side of the room that you get distracted, you lose your focus, you go and check it, but it turns out grandma has just fallen over again. I didn't need that. I was happy doing my revision, but now I know this and it's ruined my focus. So we need to get rid of all of the notifications on your phone. Alongside this, your phone should always be in Do Not Disturb mode. You want to get rid of everything that's coming through. If you can't block a notification for something like a call or a text, put it on Do Not Disturb, as this will not disturb you. And if the people do really need to get in contact with you, they'll ring twice and that will go through, and then you'll be, okay, so this is actually something that's important, that is worth losing my focus to go and solve, that sort of thing. This next step is to change your home screen. Remove everything off your home screen that isn't basically exactly what you need. You want your phone to save you as much time as possible, so you only want the apps that you actually need to use. Have a clock at the top and then the two apps that are most effective for your workflow. So maybe that's Notion, where you store everything, and the Next Step Help website, that sort of thing. Another way you can use your phone to increase your productivity is to set timers. You should set timers when you're doing work so that you can be as focused as you want for that period of time. And then when that timer goes off, you can go and have a break or something like that. And then you repeat this process over and over. It's a Pomodoro technique, which we'll touch upon in future videos so you can understand it further. But basically, we want to have our focus on one thing for a set amount of time so we can get as deep into that and be as productive as possible. And then when the timer goes off, we go, oh, okay, it's time to stop. And then we go and have a break. We recharge your energy, this sort of thing. Building off of this, the ideal scenario is for you to keep your phone in a different room, for you to remove all distractions from where you're working and have it completely out of the way, so you're not even tempted. There's not even that little thought of going, oh, I wonder what's on my phone. There's nothing. Because the phone isn't in the room, there's no thought. Because of this, you won't be distracted from your focus and you'll be as productive as possible. Of course, you need to find a solution for a different way to track your time and manage your focus, for how long you're going to study for, that sort of thing. This could be using the clock on your computer or setting a manual stopwatch. I know, a manual watch. Who's got one of those nowadays? The final thing that I want to touch upon is be mindful of your empty time. So usually most people pick up their phone when they don't know what they're doing. They've got a little bit of discomfort or an uneasy feeling in their body. And because of that feeling of discomfort or boredom, they pick up their phone to instantly gratify themselves and provide them with a different feeling. Of course, this is unhelpful. If you set out a proper calendar, you'd know what you need to do. You'd know what you need to take action on. And therefore, you wouldn't pick up your phone to distract yourself from the thing you're actually meant to be doing. So basically, at this point, you need to create a schedule or a routine for every single day so you know what you're doing and when, and then stick to it. This way, you won't be tempted to pick up your phone and mindlessly scroll on whatever it is. You know what you need to be doing and you'll do it. If you put your phone in the other room, this is pretty much impossible to fail. However, what I'm not saying is for you to hustle 24/7. You can have some downtime on your phone. You can have some social media time, but you need to schedule it. You need to put it in your calendar and make sure you're only going to do it for that amount of time. Ideally, you do none of it because you realise how bad it actually is for your mental health and physical well-being. But if you did, then we need to find a solution so you don't fall back into your old habits of wasting time on your phone. So how can we do this? We can use the social medias on different platforms. For example, you can use the social medias on your computer, which is a lot less attractive as you need to go somewhere to do it. You need to log in and then open it on the browser. The key here is to make sure you add resistance so you don't slip back into it while you're trying to focus. So don't click remember my password. Don't do any of that. Remove all of the quick links to get you there. Write down your password on a piece of paper and give it to someone else so that you have to go and get it physically to log in. Maybe even set an incentive. Say, hey mum, for every minute I spend longer than I want to do on social media, please can you make me pay you £5? This sort of thing. We want to build the resistance up for you doing the bad things that you don't really want to do. This is a really good way to make sure you're only spending the maximum amount of time you want on social media. Ideally it would be 0, but like I said earlier, if you need it for something you're doing, like chatting to a group for schoolwork or uploading some content to build your business, then that's okay. But you need to find a way so you don't slip into the old habits and make sure you use it productively. You don't waste any more time than you have to. Thank you very much for watching this video on the Next Step Help YouTube channel. If you've got any tips or anything else you think could help someone else out there trying to improve their productivity on their phone or maybe in their just general workflow, please put it in the comments below. Check us out at nextstephelp.net where you can get one-to-one personalised coaching from either Sam or myself. And there's also a recently released 14-day mental health mastery challenge which you can also have a look at. Thank you very much for watching. Much love. We'll catch you around soon.